Hey YouTube land. Okay, I haven't did a video in a really long time. Yeah, sorry. But I'm back. So I'm sure the whole world knows about what's going on in Ferguson. It's all over the place. Um, I just need to address some issues real quick. Number one, I applaud Jay Nixon and Claire McCaskill for coming down here. That was awesome, amazing. You didn't have to do it, but you did. I guess you could say it's a part of your job description, your job title, whatever. But the point is, you didn't have to. And then I need to blast these folks who are mad at President Obama for not coming down here. How do you expect him to come down here and don't know how to act? Clowns. He cannot come down here and put his life in jeopardy because y'all want to be clowns. Now, if y'all was doing a civilized, peaceful protest, then maybe he would have came. So I'm not mad that he didn't come. I would have been mad if he did come, because that means you're just trying to please the people. Yeah, it's not all about that. It's about making sure he is safe as well as trying to please the people. Anyway, I'm off that. Now, to this family of this poor kid, it's sad. It could have easily been my brother, your uncle, my uncle, anybody in my family. I feel horrible for them. It's sad. And it's also sad that the police department, they're biased about the situation. The judge is biased about the situation. The prosecuting attorney is biased about the situation. No one in St. Louis that works within the police department that's working this case, should I say, I'm pretty sure none of them have a clean heart about it. They're all biased about it. Everyone knows that Ferguson is a very corrupt department. The whole St. Louis area knows. Now the whole world knows. Hopefully they catch on. And no, I don't try to play the race card. Last thing I ever do. My grandparents are Caucasian. My mom was partially adopted. But I don't, play the race thing. I love everybody, But right is right and wrong is wrong. I don't have time for that. But, for the judge to basically say that the cop doesn't have to prove his innocence because it was self-defense lets you know that he's not even going to try to work the case. To him, it's an open and shut case. And in reality, it's sad. It really is. What the even worst thing is, it's sad that these kids cannot start school. Like, really? You're keeping these kids from getting their education? It's bad enough that half of them don't go to school anyway when the school year starts. But now, they can't. I mean, they can't take them to school. And now I heard some people saying, well, they can go to school. It's cool. No, it's not. They can't be out walking. Half the kids walk to school. They can't be out walking and y'all riding and clowning and shooting and cops throwing, smoke bombs and bean bag bullets, whatever them things called, rubber bullets and all that stuff. They can't be out like that. Number one, it's a bad environment for them. They don't need to see that. I watched it on the news, but I went down there, pick up my little cousin. My aunt stays right behind that Quick Trip, and I felt like I was in a mini war zone. I mean, it was sad. Kids just, it was sad. Like this is supposed to be, celebrating this young man's life, but instead of celebrating his life, you guys are out stealing weave and rims. What they got to do with him? Number one, he don't wear weave. I'm just saying. You guys took a tragedy and turned it into your own personal greed. Yeah, okay, I can see, okay, you bust out a window, whatever. But looting, that's a fancy word for stealing, basically. You're stealing from not even the stores, but you're stealing from your kids. You're stealing from your community. You're affecting everyone, not just the stores that you hit. You're affecting the stores you haven't hit. I work for a company and we're a franchise. We have stores located in St. Louis. I'm not going to say the name. And they have to close down early every day since this has started. Weekly, they're down about anywhere between 10,000 to 15,000 a week in sales. That affects our jobs, which means that affects our families. Because if they close early down there, that means they're losing money. That means we're losing money out here. It's a franchise. It's all, it's 5 stores only. But if they're closing, we're all losing money, and it's sad. They shouldn't have to close their businesses because of they're fearful of, someone coming in there doing something. That's really sad. And, it's time for people to take a stand, it's just time. Like, we have to get our community back. Yeah, like I think I've mentioned I live in St. Charles. I don't know, but I'm going to say it again. Yes, I do. It's time for us to take our St. Louis community back. It's time for us to get out there and be positive role models. I applaud Keke Palmer. She's a great role model, and a lot of other people, but she can reach more of my generation now. In China, my cousins are obsessed with her. Great role models like that, and not even in the celebrity realm. We need local role models, to get out there and do something about it. People want to complain and say, oh, well, our kids are this, blah, blah, blah. But what are you doing to change that? Don't just talk about them. Don't just persecute them. Get out there and change it, and not even so much of that. We need Christian role models, real, safe role models. Like, seriously. People who's, for God I live, for God I die, because without God, in reality, none of us, we're nothing. We are nothing, seriously. And, what we're doing, it's sad, we're messing up the community. And I say we, and not necessarily saying everyone I'm speaking to or myself, because I ain't been out there now one day, but then one time getting my cousin. I don't have time for that. But we, as a whole, we have failed our community. Obviously, this is why they're acting like this. There's this one guy who I spoke with, and he said he felt the only way that they can have the media listen to them is if they go out there and steal and act crazy. And if you think about it, that's kind of true, because they've been trying to express the way they feel for years. That area, about the police, about this, and no one has listened. And now, yeah, true, they took this little boy's tragedy and made it into their own personal, whatever they made it into personally. But they felt like that was the only way that they can be heard, and that's sad. We need to build up our young women and men, African American, Caucasian, not just a certain race, but mostly our African American people, because they feel like they're worthless. They feel like they're nothing. And that is sad, because, honey, you're valuable, because you're a king's kid, it's sad for them to feel like the fact that they're nothing. I heard some people saying, I don't care, we'll shoot the cops, I'm not anyway, nothing anyway, they said something in between. That's, for them to say that, they look like they were younger than me, honestly, they really did. And that's sad, because they feel like they have nothing to live for. And that's horrible. And again, this is the community as a whole. The society needs to come together and stop fighting each other and love each other, because it's crazy. It really is. Now back to this baby. I keep saying it and I just keep going off script, but not script, but just off topic. Like I was saying, it's sad that he's gone. But let the system work. And I know they keep saying, well, the system don't work. Ferguson and St. Louis County is this, blah, blah, blah. Why do you think the NAACP is involved? The FBI is involved. I mean, what much more do you want to be involved? I mean, again, President Obama is not coming until y'all calm down. So he won't come down here. I mean, I'm sure he's doing stuff in the White House, whatever he's doing. But he can't come here until y'all calm down. And when I mean calm down, Yeah, true, there's foul play. But that's when you put it in God's hands. This is the time where you surrender it all to God. Because when it all boils down, God has the final say-so. No matter what man tries to corrupt or what man tries to sweep underneath the rug about what really happened, all that matters is God seeing what happened, and God knows what happened. So these people who are lying about this and that, and the other, they have to deal with that on Judgment Day. When the rapture happened, they got to stand before God and be accountable for what they said. If the officer knew he was dead wrong, again, when Judgment Day happens, whoever this officer got is, I don't even know his name because I ain't even been following it. He has to stand before God and give an account to why he lied and why he just gunned down that innocent kid, if that is the case. Now, if it's not the case, hey, whatever. I can't be necessarily biased in the situation. I mean, I try not to be, again, it's sad. Like I said, I love everybody. But when it all comes down to it, I mean, we just need to pray for each other, lift each other up, quit tearing down each other. Now the community has came together, but it's for a negative reason. When those tornadoes hit, it was actually nice to see the community coming together. They, the officers were, even some of them were phony, but the point is they still came together to help the community, and That's what it's about, you know. It's not about, oh, I got this, she ain't got this, so I'm gonna talk about it. It shouldn't be about that. You know, you need to really uplift people, you know, and I can get so much deeper into this video. It'll be like an hour long, but I'm not. Because I like to just keep my certain comments to myself. I don't want to offend people. And in reality, it doesn't matter. But hey, I don't know who might see this. Really, maybe no one. But the point is, I still got my point out there. And just sometimes, I go by this saying before I go ahead and get off here. Sometimes you have to do the things you don't want to do to get to where you want to be. And by saying that is, sometimes, again, you have to do the things you don't want to do to get to where you want to be. In this case, you doing things you don't want to do, as in go home, sit down, let the justice system play its part. You don't want to do that. But sometimes, again, you have to do things you don't want to do to get to where you want to be. And that's naturally and spiritually. I applied it to my natural life and my spiritual life. Because there's things I don't want to do to get to where I want to be. But you can't do that. You know, sometimes you have to stretch and go the extra mile, you know. And if that means going out there and, because some of these people, they're just hurt, they're brokenhearted, you know, just going out there and ministering to them, witnessing to them, you know, that's what it's about. This is the perfect opportunity to share the love of God with people. Because some of these people, they're mad over, you know, Michael's case. Some of them were mad over their own personal family. You know, I was people in there I was watching who family members were just gunned down by Ferguson Police Department. And they just brushed it under the rug. Oh, and said it was an accident and nothing ever got done about it, you know? And people are hurting. The community is hurting. And, you know, it's sad that some of us as Christians are too high and mighty to get out there and minister to them and talk to them. You know, we pray for them from a distance, but sometimes we need to get out there, you know, and minister to them. Because, again, this is a perfect opportunity, in my opinion, you know, everyone has an opinion, to reach the young girls, the young men, the brokenhearted, you know, the ones who are just really going through. Because some of these people are angry, and they don't even know why they're angry. Honestly, like, half of them out there doing stuff, and they, honestly, if you ask them why they doing it, half of them probably be like, I don't know. I was just doing it because, you know, blah, blah, blah. And that's not a good enough reason. No reason is good enough for them to be out there stealing and looting stuff, number one. That's not okay, because, again, like I said, you're not only stealing from those companies, you're stealing from your kids. Now, you know, our taxes in Missouri are already sky high. They're going to be higher. And yes, I think about stuff like that at my age, you know. And the one thing that really, really, really gets me is that these kids cannot go to school. Education is very important, especially in our black community. It is very important. And now the kids can't go to school. Yes, some parents might not care. They can care less. But you have parents out there who, number one, need their kids to be in school so they can go to work. And number two, want their kids to have a better education to better themselves. But anyway, like I said, I get so much deeper into this. I'm done. I'll, you know, maybe come back on later with a part 2 or something. I don't know. But until then, peace. See you later.